Paulo Costa came out and said Uriah Hall was a harder opponent than Israel Adesanya would be. I want to fight Adesanya. I hope Romero beats Adesanya. I'll beat Romero for the championship, but I'm still going to go beat up Adesanya. Okay, a lot just happened in that. I hope you're playing with that in your mind, so I hope you have all those pieces to everything that I just said. But it is something interesting, okay? Paulo Costa just said he's going to fight Adesanya, whether Adesanya has the title or not. Paulo Costa, the rightful number one contender, who's suffering an injury and is healing right now, will be granted a title shot as soon as he comes back. He is now saying he's going to fight Adesanya even if the title is not on the line. Let me tell you why this is interesting. Every now and then, somebody comes along and does something and they change the sport, okay? They change the way that the sport is done, at least for a small period of time, okay? Now, every fighter who's ever come along has tried to do this. What I'm saying is every now and then a guy will succeed. He will do something, and that something happens to catch on, all right? Conor came in, made the champ thing a real thing. Opened the door, gave an opportunity to Daniel Cormier to go and do that, for Henry Cejudo to go and do that, for Amanda to go and do that, for Ryan Bader to go and do that, for Pitbull to go and do it. Right, I could go on, but that happened when Conor did it, and that was only in 2017. Just to remind you guys, that was in 2017, not that long ago. But things change. Now, all of a sudden, guys could change their divisions. They could come in and spread it around. Go up, down, and sideways. Brand new. Now, where this gets interesting is if you were to look at Israel Adesanya, I would argue for you he's the one that's starting to change this. He has the one that came out and said he's going to go and fight John Jones. Keep the belt out of it, do it at a weight class where there is no, but any which way, it got nothing to do with a title. Got nothing to do with champ. It's got to do with me and John. Well, that's a very interesting message. And the reason I bring that to you is it was very compelling when Adesanya said it, particularly as a champion of the world who has the right to demand that every fight that he in be for a world championship, considering he's got two, he's bringing them. The interim and the undisputed. But as he says, he's still got them both. Okay, great. Champ says that it's good enough for me. What I'm saying is for him to only want to fight in championship fights when he has the that's okay. Yeah, that's the way the game is played. But Adesanya recently came out and said, no, keep the championships, keep them behind. John, it's you and me. That's very interesting. Interesting to the point of frightening statement. A statement where you stand back, this guy's not playing around. This is serious. This isn't a cash grab, a money grab, an accomplishment grab. This is personal, exactly as he's saying it is, but now I believe him. He only said that statement 2 weeks ago, and now all of a sudden, Paulo Costa's coming in with the same statement. I'm in. I'm on board with it completely. I just want to make sure that if this is the way, if this is going to be one of these champ things, if this is going to be one of the things within this sport that catches on, carries over, and that we're going to see repeated, great. But let's tie the credit back to where the credit was due. That's Israel Adesanya's. I mean, as Adesanya's going around collecting records, if he's going to go around and be responsible for guys just doing fights that they want to do just because they want to do them, which, by the way, is largely, not for nothing. It's not all just talk. Very easy to say you want to go fight John. Largely, that's how he ended up in this fight with Yoel Romero. He and Romero aren't supposed to cross paths. Not at all. Adesanya and Till was being discussed, and it was being discussed with a level of credibility, considering Till was really the only guy in the division at that time who had an undefeated record, and whether it's 1-0 or not, it was 1-0 over the former number one contender. It was a meaningful fight. It was new. It had a fresh coat of paint on it. It was being discussed. Adesanya's the one that stepped in and, at least on paper, striker versus grappler, put himself in the hardest position possible and told Dana it got nothing to do with the title. I don't like this guy. I've been wanting to fight this guy for a while. Bring me this guy. Okay. Now you got the guy, but you also just added credibility to your statement and all of your future statements. And now that Paulo Costa is saying something very similar to what Adesanya once said, perhaps this is going to be the new wave of the sport, at least for a small period of time. Perhaps some guys are finally going to just get together and say, I want to fight you. And I don't care what's on the line. Money or titles or anything else. I want to fight you. And this is supposed to be about competition. So now let's compete.